Hey, I'm Joe, this is Dale, and we're at E3 2018 and have played FIFA, or rather FIFAs. We've played the core version, PS4 and Xbox One and PC, and we've played FIFA on Switch. And I think, weirdly, the biggest takeaway we've had is that we came away most impressed with FIFA on Switch this year. That comes with a caveat. So FIFA 19 after one match feels very similar to last year, I think.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, like we said, we only had one match, and I wouldn't say we're necessarily the best FIFA players as well, but it was good, but it felt like very much the same. Like last year's was a great game anyway. It's hard to improve on that anyway, I think. And what they've done this year is just add a bunch of small details that I don't know if that we got to truly experience.
I think there were elements that are kind of very much PR speak for, like, the touches feel more realistic and tackling is better. Those are things we're not going to know for quite a few more games until we've tried them. But I think the most interesting addition that we didn't really see enough of is something called timed finishing, which is essentially adding Gear's active reload to a football game. So essentially, whenever you take a shot, you press the shot button again just as the player hits the ball, and it apparently boosts all the stats of your shot, so it just makes it better. I took a lot of shots, you didn't take so many. But
Still won the game though.
I certainly didn't score with any of them, which maybe means I was getting time finishing wrong every time, but I couldn't really tell whether I got it right or wrong. That was the problem. It doesn't have the feedback.
Absolutely. I think the problem is there's no indicator. There's no, like in active reload, you see an indication to tell you that you've successfully done it or you failed it. And in this, or at least I didn't see it. Maybe it exists and we didn't notice it.
Exactly. That's the problem with one match under our belt. But FIFA on Switch, on the other hand, doesn't feel that similar to last year, which is what everyone wanted. FIFA on Switch was a slight disappointment. It's amazing that they managed to cram it on there, but it didn't feel the same. It felt a bit laggy. The ball felt weird and too light.
Yeah.
There were a lot of issues with it, apart from the fact that it was cool that you were playing it on a handheld.
I think the presentation was really bad last year. And visually this year, although bear in mind we only played it on the handheld version, so we didn't see it full screen, so we don't know, but it just felt like there was a graphic uphaul and everything looked more professional. It ran a little bit smoother. Overall, it seemed like it was a much improved version. Yeah,
and I certainly think there are still problems there. The players still don't feel quite one-to-one with the controls. They lag a half second behind when you move or use a button, which is, it's kind of what you expect from a game that's not running on Frostbite. It doesn't have the same technical improvements. But shooting feels better. Goalkeepers seem to actually make saves. That's good. And they're just a bunch of little feelings that feel better to me. And I really like that they've stolen UEFA Champions League from PES, which, if you're a
stolen's
PES
the right word, but...
Well, they probably outbid them, let's be realistic. And honestly, it's kind of amazing just to hear the Champions League theme tune come out of Switch.
Absolutely.
I really like it.
Absolutely. And Lee Dicko as well. Lee Dixon, I should say, for Americans.
Yeah, that's kind of odd. They've got a whole different commentary team. We haven't even covered that, but it feels very strange to not have the normal guys commentating, but I quite like it.
One notable omission I noticed from the Switch version, they still haven't added the quick sub mode as well.
No, and that is a real shame. Quick substitutions actually meant that people make substitutions in FIFA playing with their friends now. It's a huge addition.
I just felt like, that was severely lacking, and hopefully next year we'll get that.
That can't be tied to Frostbite. Surely not. No. But ultimately, the biggest takeaway for us is FIFA 19 on Switch feels like the biggest improvement in FIFA this year, which I don't think we were expecting.
No, not at all.
So that's what we thought of FIFA when we went hands-on with it at E3 2018. For everything else FIFA, and for all the news from E3, keep it with IGN.